Some illegal structures and shanties have been demolished in the Kara area along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Now, according to the Ogun State government, these structures disfigure the corridor and are considered to be hideouts for criminals in the area. Now, the demolition was carried out under a heavy presence of security agents, such as policemen and operatives of the Ogun State Community Social Orientation and Safety Corps. Now, the Senior Special Assistant to the State Governor on Environment, Farouk Akintunde, at the exercise, explained that the state has a role to play in the economic advancement of the country, and no serious investor will come and partner with the state where shanties and garbage are seen. Right about now, the Ogun State Commissioner for Environment, Mr. Ola Oresoya, joins us in the studio for more on the demolition at the Kara Meat Market. Thank you for joining us on the program. This is Across Nigeria.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so the demolition has, of course, started, the exercise. I'm sure it's going to be a continual thing, or is it just a one-off incident?
No, it's a continuous exercise, and it goes all the way to the interchange. And the whole idea is to restore the green belt along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. So it's a continuous exercise.
Now, of course, we know it's a very popular place, especially the Kara Meat Market. You know, whenever it's time for festivities, it's always a beehive of activities. But of course, that has led to issues such as, contamination of nearby waters, and of course, from the report we just saw, they're serving as a criminal hideout. There have been efforts over the years by the state government to actually move the people there to a separate or a different location, but it appears that wasn't successful. What has led to, or what can you say led to that, for the initiative not being able to be carried out before now?
Well, I think what you see right now, there are two projects in one. One is to restore or redefine the settlement along the major highway there. And all along, for quite a while now, we have to wait for the federal government, the Federal Ministry of Works, to finish that express road before we can commence anything. Because while the road construction was going on, we have to wait. And,
that's the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway.
Yes, during the waiting period, people thought that the Ogun State government has no plan for that road. But all along, we've been giving people warning sign that please, we've been doing some kind of picketing along the line. We try to discourage the human settlement along that area. But, well, here we are. The road is almost completed, and we are anxious to restore the green belt.
Permit me to interrupt you. Of course, you talked about the extension down to the interchange. That's the clearing. What interchange are we talking about? Is it the Shagamo?
The Shagamo interchange. We're running 20 meters on either side, and it's going to be our green belt, all right? And we'll create a walkway, we'll create a green belt over there. So when you drive along that road, it's almost turning to be a boulevard, all right? Because you're now
it's actually a busy area.
It's a busy area. You're not having settlement along that area. So you can have a nice drive on that road and really enjoy what you have there. So it's a new settlement, but we have to define how people will settle in that area. So creating that green belt and creating a walkway along that line for people to know that, look, you can walk as long as you really want to walk on that road and make it beautiful and habitable. So when you talk about other settlement markets, or trading, maybe Kara market and several other markets.
Talking about compensation,
well,
all of that.
They have to move beyond the 20-25 meters right of way from that road. So anything can be there. If Kara market will be there, it must be under a well-defined kind of arrangement, not the kind of a careless settlement that they have right now. So no, we're not going to tolerate that. We will define how you settle. So the kind of structure we put there will determine how you function along that road.
Now, of course, you'll agree with me that the demolition, of course, could impact the overall environmental hygiene in the area. What measures are being taken, actually, to ensure that the proper waste management and cleanliness, is achieved there in Kara now with the post-demolition exercise?
Well, the first thing in public hygiene is a kind of a settlement pattern. If you have a clustered settlement, there's no way you can have a proper hygiene. So for you to really put in place a structured service, the waste management and public hygiene service, you have to make sure you uncluster the settlement there. You define, so you can have accessibility in that area. What you have there is shanties, and no, that's not the kind of a settlement you're talking about. So we will define a settlement whereby even you have to put cans where people can put their waste there. It will be properly defined, where there will be accessibility, and things can be done in a very, very neat manner. So it's all about, first of all, let us uncluster the settlement there and define how you settle in that area. Then you can clean up, all right? Not the kind of, the more you start to clean up there, you'll just be wasting your time. You can't be cleaning in a very, very unorganized environment. You're not cleaning anything. You'll just be wasting your time.
But of course, there's also the threat of, having to drive away those who are there at the moment. Perhaps there's a tendency they might have to or want to relocate back to that place. So
yeah.
Security is another issue.
Yes, I mean, wherever you have such a settlement, you have security, you have hygiene, waste management, crime, everything comes all together with it, the kind of housing, you devalue the human existence even in such an area. So all we need to do, first of all, and that's exactly what we're doing right now, clean out those areas. Those who must live there, you live there under certain rules and regulations. You cannot just come and define how you will live in your own way. No. You live there, you exist there in line with the government regulations, and that's just it.
All right, we'll definitely leave it at that, Mr. Olaoresonya. Thank you so much for your thoughts on the program News Across Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
And we wish you well.
Thank you very much.